Speaker Mike Tiny Johnson's house is on fire, and now it looks like he could be looking for a new job long before next year's midterms send him packing. Donald Trump is triggering a major Republican civil war here, and Johnson doesn't even seem to notice. Get your gas masks ready, folks. You'll want to gawk at this mess, but trust me, you don't want to asphyxiate on the fumes. I'm David Reddish. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. And you may have noticed the blue monstrosity behind me. That does require a bit of explanation. As I've said for some time, the set here in the studio is still a work in progress, and that big, beautiful blue package is part of a major announcement we hope to share with you in the next week or two. I'm excited for it. So, to stay up to date on the news and make sure to catch our big news, subscribe to our channel now. I don't want you to miss this. Okie dokie, on to our story. For some time, accidental House Speaker Mike Hasno Johnson has been getting some unexpected blowback from within the Republican Congress. Announcing her retirement last month, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene said this of Johnson.
Practically, I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe
Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus.
Yeah.
And I think that's a failure. I do.
Well,
That offhand remark raised even the most Botoxed eyebrows in Washington at the time, and if you think that sounds bad, stick around. Johnson is reanimating other body parts too, though not any other Johnsons. Moving on. In the weeks since Greene announced her plans to depart, Johnson has come under even more fire for everything from his handling of the Epstein files to his lack of a Republican health care plan. And other representatives are speaking out as well. That includes Representative Elise Stefanik, who has announced her intention to seek the New York governor's office, and her contempt for the current House Speaker over his treatment of women. Could it have anything to do with remarks like these?
Men and women are different in this way, is that men can compartmentalize things better,
men's brains are like waffles.
Yes.
They have little compartments, and they can think on one little compartment at a time and close it. And men actually have a compartment that has nothing in it. So when you ask him, what are you thinking about? And he says nothing, he means it.
He means it.
He really is thinking about
He's
nothing.
not thinking about like the Roman Empire.
Right, well, there's that too.
There's that too.
There's a whole compartment for that.
But women, we cannot do that. We are always thinking. In fact, our brains are like spaghetti.
Oh, dear Lord. Can someone please tell Micro Johnson that he's not helping his case here? And I speak in terms of his job as Speaker and all those rumors involving a closet. Use your imagination, kids. That chime you hear going off on his phone that sounds suspiciously like a famous dating app is not video poker, no matter what he says. But again, I digress. On the subject of speakership, alienating members of your own caucus to the point they quit and vow to destroy your career is not the best way to lead, let alone keep a job. And now it looks like Johnson's slapping Congresswoman with a wet lily is finally coming back to haunt him. Writing this morning for MS Now, political analyst Hayes Brown notes a growing insurrection within House Republican ranks. He further writes that this has brewed for some time, and Johnson's beef with Greene and Stefanik have only made the situation worse. Brown observes that last week Stefanik said publicly that she doubted he would be elected as House Speaker if a vote was taken today. See our other videos for more on that. Brown goes on to note that a number of high-profile other Republicans are planning to leave Congress to seek other higher offices or cabinet positions as well. That doesn't bode well for Johnson keeping his job, as his majority is already razor-thin in the House and, with Greene's departure in January, will dwindle to just a single-vote margin. And even worse than that, Johnson's recent condescending remarks about women have further imperiled his job, even if Republicans somehow manage to keep control of the House. None of that even goes into his problem bringing legislation on issues like health care, where a large number of the caucus want Obamacare premiums restored, and where others want it replaced with an all-new health care plan, a plan that Johnson has yet to even develop. Furthermore, it's entirely likely there would have already been a vote to vacate Johnson's speakership and replace him. The problem is Republicans at this point don't have a viable alternative, so they're probably just going to wait until sometime next year. So in other words, Johnson's house is on fire, and instead of grabbing a fire extinguisher, he's snoozing in a closet. Again, use your imagination. And the great irony to all of this, so much of Johnson's lack of leadership on healthcare, on the government shutdown, on the Epstein files, is directly related to his wanting to please Donald Trump. At the same time, some of his most vocal critics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Elise Stefanik, Chip Roy, are all diehard MAGA fanatics, and they're always trying to please Trump too. So Trump is as much responsible for this mess as Mike Hasno Johnson is himself. And the ground is shrinking. But here's my question. Once Trump is through using Johnson as a shield and tosses his limp body aside, when will the same angry members of the Republican caucus turn on Trump? Some of them, like Greene, have already started. So stay tuned. The fire rises. And feel free to join me in cheering, "Burn, baby, burn." This is Occupy Democrats.